Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Pick up your logo merchandise by heading over to abvnetwork.com, clicking on Shop, and start filling your basket today. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for something for yourself, a customized gift, or logoed items for your business gift shop, the Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. That's the number 2 in the Bar to Go. Don't forget our friends at Neely Family Distillery now ship their unique distilled spirits directly to you. To order yours, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we play round 11 of our Summer Smash Bourbon Survivor. My name is Justine Mays. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Bo Cumberland, Lori Mangum, and Jim Fosnot.
Hey, gang, what's up?
How doing, Steve? What's up, Steve?
Hello.
Doing good. Yeah, absolutely. Got a lot of fun things going on, and we've got a great show today. Round 11, we're almost done with our summer series. So this and then next week, and then we're done. And then, of course, we'll have the 12 winners from the 12 shows we've done this summer compete against each other for the grand championship. But we'll get to that after the break. For right now, Jim said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, Jim?
So now that kind of COVID, now that it's done, but like the vaccine's out there and things are opening up, what are you most looking forward to doing? What have you missed this past year plus of your life? Like, what are you looking most forward to doing?
For me, this is easy. Just traveling. I mean, I've traveled, but just to Kentucky only. So next month, I'm going to Florida, and I haven't done anything like vacation in more than a year. I've been home, and I don't consider. People may say, "Well, you go to Kentucky, that's vacation," and in some ways it is. I'm having fun and
working
things, but it's also work. I mean, that's what I do for a living. So I'm talking about something where I don't have any business at all. I'm just going down to sit on a beach, and that's one of my favorite things to do in the world. And that's what I'm looking forward to, is getting back to that, because I had a Florida vacation last year. Actually, 2 vacations. I canceled 2 Florida vacations last year, and so
Missed Key West.
Yeah, missed Key West, and then also missed Pensacola, Florida. So, yeah. So bringing that back and going to Sanibel this summer. Looking forward to that next month, actually. So excited. Nice. What about you, Jim? What are you looking? Well, no, you asked the question. So, Lori, we'll ask you. What are you looking forward to? We'll save Jim for last.
I'm in the travel camp too. I didn't plan anything forever, and so I've got 3 things back in end of July, 1st of August. I'm going to see my grandmother in South Georgia for the first time in almost 2 years that I've been able to see her. She's finally fully vaccinated and feels comfortable with us coming to visit. So I'm going to go see her for a long weekend. And then a good friend of mine from college and I are headed up to Maine, and we're going to hike through Acadia and, eat a lot of lobster and see some lighthouses and, go through
you should stay
little towns.
Lenny has a place in Portland, Maine.
That's where we're flying into. Yeah.
So you should stay at his place.
There we go. I'll give him a call.
It's right on the beach, actually. So it's a nice place. Yeah.
Heidi and I are supposed to be there in July, and he offered up to us, but it's just too far away from her family, so it didn't work. But
dang.
Oh. Well, cool.
I want to get there. I want to get there myself.
I can't wait. I'm excited. And then right after I got a less than 24-hour turnaround between getting off a flight from Bangor and hopping on a flight to Fort Lauderdale with my family. So
okay. What when are you going to be there, Lori? What date?
July the 26th to the 30th in May.
Okay.
That's when we were supposed to be there originally. That's funny.
Really?
Yeah.
You might be able to get some blueberries there. It might be towards the end of the season, but yeah, they kind of get going late June, but maybe by end of July, there's still some there. Man, the blueberries are the best in Maine. I'm not kidding.
Wait, no, forget the blueberries, the lobsters.
Oh, the
I'm
lobster.
ready for lobsters.
Everyone knows
yeah.
about the lobsters.
Yeah, but the price of lobsters, when you're getting like a
it's cheap.
8-pound lobster for like $6 coming off the boat, like it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Like I just want to kind of bathe in butter and lobsters.
Yeah,
And,
Heidi has got pictures of like her family doing like lobster boils, like we do crawfish boils. We're like,
whoa.
just strewn across a picnic table. And there's 20, 30 lobsters and vats of butter.
What?
Yeah,
I like the lazy man's lobster where they do crack it all for you. You don't have to do any of that stuff, and that's one I like.
I feel rich when I eat a lobster roll, y'all.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, they got great ones there too.
True. Yeah. All right, Justine, what do you think? What are you looking forward to now that COVID is gone?
So I'm going to be the opposite of everybody so far. And I had to go into work today to set up my stuff. I officially start back to the office a couple days a week next week. Well, as we record this next week. But it felt really good to be in the office after being stuck in my house by myself for over a year. But just to see everybody and just, I don't know, it just never thought I would say this, but it felt nice to go back to work.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's opposite of me. I never want to go to an office again. Yeah, thank God I got out of that. I did a 20-year sentence, and I got paroled, and haven't looked back. So, yeah.
Good for you,
I mean, it's not necessarily being in the office, but it's just like seeing my coworkers and like
just community, just like
we went
normal
for
stuff.
drinks afterwards, and honestly, I'm just happy to get out of my freaking house. I really don't care where I go as long as I get out of my house.
Out of the house, okay. Bo, how about you? What are you looking forward to getting back to, man?
Honestly, it's for me. I moved to Kentucky right in the middle of COVID. And so here I am, a stone's throw from, 100 distilleries, and they're either all closed or they're all, there are no tours. You can go and, look in the windows or whatever, but they don't offer tours. I'm ready for this thing to open back up and for me to be able to just, before COVID, Steve, you and I could go to Buffalo Trace or we could go to, Limestone Branch or wherever we wanted to go and walk up, pay or, get on a tour or do whatever. And now, even though some of them are opening back up, they have these waiting lists that are months long. And like I live 30 miles from Buffalo Trace and I get on there just about every day and it's booked solid, like every day for the next 2 months. So I'm just ready.
You're Bo Cumberland. You can't get around that?
I know, right?
That's surprising to me.
So I'm just
Bo
ready
Cumberland would just be able to walk in. Yeah.
You would think.
Just throw that card.
I'm just ready to do what?
Just throw the Freddie Johnson card out there.
Yeah. Like I'm friends with Freddie. Yeah.
That's what I've tried that.
Okay.
But I'm just ready to get back to where I could just like on a Friday or Saturday or Tuesday or whatever I want, just go to a distillery and walk in and do a tour and
Yeah. All right, Jim, you asked the question. What are you looking forward to getting back to?
I'll be honest, like the travel and stuff is all great. It's just the day-to-day life. Like going grocery shopping without a damn mask on, going to sit at the bar and talk to somebody next to me, not have to have 3 bar stools between us. Like it's literally just the day-to-day life of just having people around me that I'm looking forward to. Just being isolated for a year, wearing, masks every day. I was working 10 hours a day and gloves and all that crap. It's just not having that stuff. When I leave my house, like I left my house today, and I didn't think, I need to grab a mask to go grocery shopping. It was fantastic. So that it's I love all the extra stuff, the vacation stuff, but it's literally, I'm just looking forward to getting my day-to-day life back to normal.
Right. But they got bears out there. So do you go to the house with the bears?
Well, the bears are still wearing masks, Steve. Biden, Dr. Fauci said they had to, so they're done.
I don't understand being afraid of bears. They're not.
I'm not afraid of bears. That's Heidi.
Even if you see one, it's not like it's gonna come charging you or anything. I mean, just go back in the house. You see the bear, just go back in the house.
It's not like a Sasquatch. You don't need to be afraid of it.
No, the bears. The bear doesn't want to see you any more than you want to see it. So it's gonna go the other way.
I agree with you.
Yeah. All right. Well, guess what? It is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? I'm going to start this thing off. I've got Eagle Rare. Can I fit this in a glass?
Yeah, you can.
I'm not good at this. I'm not
You
good
can
at
do
the
it.
math here, but let's see
can
the
also
cork pop
just-
first. Yeah. What do you think, Lori?
Already in the
Just
glass.
drink
Steve.
it out of the
Already in
bottle,
the glass.
buddy.
No, I can't finish that much out of the bottle. That's too much for a
It's
shot.
end of the night. You can do whatever.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Stick a straw in it.
Hero man, Steve.
No. A lot of base, not much
No.
else. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if I can do this.
Go, go,
Close, it's
go,
close, it's
go,
close, it's close.
go,
Yeah,
go,
you
I'm
got
gonna do
go,
it. I did it.
go,
I did it.
go.
I did it. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Eagle rare. All right. Last show pour. All right. Justine looks like she's ready to go. What do you got there?
So yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't pay attention that we were doing 5 shows instead of 4. So I didn't grab 5 bottles, but I do have a sample from Black Button Distilling from one of McNew's Try It series that was this week.
By the way, they're a sleeper, aren't they, Justine? They have a fantastic story. They make great whiskey. Black Button is really a good place. So, yeah, they're going to be on the Bourbon Show upcoming. Listen to that show when it comes out, and I think you're going to be amazed at the things that they got going on.
Yeah, this is the cask strength. Yeah, I can't even talk now. Cask strength straight bourbon.
You couldn't talk. You couldn't talk the first show we did tonight.
This is true. This is true.
I could talk. I just couldn't read.
Let's do a bonus 6 show where it's one of those where we talk about our favorite distillery, and Justine loves the intro of those. I'd like to see her do one more, just one more of those. All right, Lori, what do you got? What are you drinking?
Well, I'm kind of like Justine. I didn't grab 5 bottles, but that's mostly because I am not at my house. And so I had to like gather other things. And I texted the people that I'm house sitting for and was like, hey, is there anything in your bourbon collection that's off limits? And she said, no. So, but I am still just into this Henry McKenna, and it had no cork pop last time. So I'm not even trying to make it work this time.
All right. So here's where we're at. I've got the lead with my Eagle Rare. Bo, what do you got?
So just in all honesty, I'm like the two of them. I didn't see that we had 5 shows, so I brought 4 bottles. I know.
What, is there something wrong? All 5 shows were there.
I know, they're listed. Like math is hard, Steve.
Right.
Yeah, they like when Justine initially said we only have 4 shows, I was like, yeah, Justine, you're exactly right.
I don't understand. I don't understand. They're all 5 there. It wasn't like it was a hidden show.
They were all 5 there. When I went back and looked the second time, they're there. I just so let me ask you, should I go with the Henry McKenna, the Old Granddad, the Dant, or the Lee Sinclair?
I think the McKenna.
All right, I'm gonna go with the McKenna. I just used this the last show, so I'm not going to get anything. That's why you picked this, so you could win.
Of course, I'm leading.
Here we go. Oh, squeaky.
Oh, that was pretty good, actually.
Bo, you keep downplaying that. I think that's got the lead. So Bo's got the lead now.
Yes,
even though he doesn't think he does. He's a sound guy, but he's terrible at hearing.
Hey,
so
I'll take.
Right, here's where Bo's got the lead, but Jim, there's one more person to go, and that is you. What do you got?
I'm doing a Russell 10-year. And I thought we were doing 6 shows tonight, Steve. I got extra bottles here.
Hey, I'm down for an extra show.
So let's see what we got.
Oh, that was nice.
That was nice.
That was really nice. Oh, we're going to throw it to Lori.
I'm going to see if I can fit this all in the glass, Steve.
Okay. Yeah, fit that all in the glass.
Yeah, not going to happen.
What do you think, Lori? Is it Bo or Jim?
I think it's Jim. That was a nice.
I think so too. That was nice. So congratulations to Jim. Jim wins it. Our last show of the evening. There you go. Cheers, Jim. All right. What we'll do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, it's round 11 of Bourbon Survivor. We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and let's talk for a moment about our sponsors, the people that make this show happen. First up is our friends at Moonshine University. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification at their office in Louisville. The information I learned through lead instructor Colin Blake and their team there is something that I continue to draw upon frequently in my role at the ABV Network. It truly is the standard of establishing a benchmark of knowledge of the bourbon industry. From history to production to brands and people, it's all there. Check out their full listing of programs, including Executive Bourbon Steward certification, production classes if you're considering starting a distillery, and much more at moonshineuniversity.com. I also want to talk about Neely Family Distillery. Back in May of 2018, I met Royce Neely at Limestone Branch's Craft Bourbon Festival. It ended up not only being the start of a great friendship, I started to truly learn about what makes craft whiskey so amazing. You see, I had been a bourbon drinker for over 30 years at that point, and like many people who had been drinking bourbon a long time, I was hard-coded into thinking big bourbon was where it was at and craft was on a journey to get there. Spending time with Royce and learning the things he does to make his whiskey taste better started to really get me to appreciate how things like sweet mashing, open top fermentation, pot distillation, and the grains you are using not only makes your product taste better coming off the still, but also out of the barrel as well. I still love heritage brands and they make up a bulk of my collection. But when you find a craft distiller that is truly dedicated to the craft of distilling, you are drinking some of the best whiskey out there on the market today. That's exactly what's happening at Neely Family Distillery today. Check them out on the web at neelyfamilydistillery.com, or better yet, stop by and see them at their distillery in Sparta, Kentucky. And now, back to the show.
Hello, this is Matt Rainey, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily. One day when I grow up, I'm going to grow a big boy beard, just like Colonel Steve.
Welcome back. Today on the show, we are doing round 11 of Bourbon Survivor.
Yes, we are. So as you know, it's 12 rounds, and who or whatever is standing at the end is our show champion and will compete in the season finale at the end of the year, which should be in like 2 weeks. All right, what or who is cooler? Old 55 barrel strength sweet corn bourbon, one of my absolute favorites. It's a top 3 all-time whiskey for me. So that against Lincoln Henderson. Oh, geez. You know, the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Famer, one of the all-time greats. Round number 1, Jim, you're first. What do you think, or who do you think is cooler?
Well, I don't know how you not go with the Kentucky Hall of Famer, so I'm going to go with Lincoln Henderson. Well, I love, like you introduced me to that 55. It's fantastic.
It's fantastic, right?
It is.
It's insane. Yeah.
And especially for something I really didn't know or hadn't heard of. And I recommend everybody try that if they have a chance to get their hands on it. But
comes out once a year. So that's the official, and around the holidays. So, and he leaves that open. So I don't know. Think any time between November 1st to the end of the year, it'll come out. Barrel strength, sweet corn bourbon. And it's definitely one of a kind. Listen to the Bourbon Daily show where we talked about that. We actually interviewed Jason about that. It's amazing to hear the process. So, but Lincoln Henderson goes up 1-0. Bo, you're next. What do you think? Lincoln Henderson or Old 55 sweet corn bourbon, barrel strength?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with Lincoln Henderson.
Lincoln Henderson goes up 2-0. What do you think, Lori?
Yeah, I think let's close it up. I mean, there's not enough to say about him. Just Lincoln Henderson. Cool, dude.
Okay, next up, we're also talking people here. Round number 2, Bo, you're first. Lincoln Henderson or Jane Bowie of Maker's Mark? Who do you think is cooler? This is tough. Now it all of a sudden gets tough. We're not talking a thing versus a person, 2 people.
I think I'm still going to stick with Lincoln Henderson.
Lincoln Henderson goes up 1-0. Lori, what do you think? Jane Bowie or Lincoln Henderson?
Yeah, I'm going to keep it with Lincoln as well.
Lincoln goes up 2-0. Justine, what do you think? Jane Bowie or Lincoln Henderson?
It out with Lincoln.
Lincoln. That means Lincoln moves on. Jane Bowie's awesome. Gosh, I love her, but Lincoln Henderson's tough to beat. Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. Who do you think is cooler, Lincoln Henderson or a column still? Round number 3. Lori, you're first. Lincoln Henderson or the column still? What or who is cooler?
Oh, well, he couldn't do what he does without the still, so I think she gets it.
The still gets it. Still goes up 1-0. Justine, what do you think? Lincoln Henderson or the column still?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Lori on that one.
Column still goes up 2-0. I will say Lincoln Henderson worked the column still, but he also worked pot still when they opened up Woodford. So
True.
And Lincoln Henderson, to me, is one of the all-time great minds. I think that he doesn't even get the credit he deserves. If you think about Angel's Envy and barrel
Finishings.
I mean, Lincoln Henderson is the godfather of that stuff. And how big is that in the industry today? I don't know that there's a craft distillery or a big bourbon heritage distillery that doesn't do some sort of barrel finishing. And that's all Lincoln Henderson. But so I got to go Lincoln Henderson. So he's down 2-1. He has life in this game. Jim, what do you think? Lincoln Henderson or the column still?
We're going to tie it up here, Steve, because I agree with you. Like his whole finishing process kind of, revolutionized the industry. And you see it, with Trey Zoller and everybody else doing these fantastic things. I love the stills, but, stills are everywhere. But, the finishing is.
Who else in the last 50 years has revolutionized the industry?
Right.
I don't think anybody, even like Jimmy Russell or Booker, have they really changed things? Maybe with the small batch stuff,
small batch,
maybe that. But man, Lincoln Henderson certainly has had an impact that has gone long on after is deceased. Which is
so hard for him to get that push through too. Like no one that. So
how do you get that where it's on the label? It's right in the bourbon thing. It's crazy. So Lincoln Henderson. Amazing person. So Lincoln Henderson has tied it up after falling down 2-0. What do you think, Bo? Lincoln Henderson or the column still?
Listen.
Yes.
Here's how it goes. You have two components when it comes to distilling. You have the equipment and you have the distiller behind the equipment. The equipment just does what it's told to do. Like you put it in, you dial it up, and the equipment does what it's supposed to do. But the brains behind all that is the human, the person that's actually mastermind all this. So I'm definitely going with Lincoln Henderson on this.
That means Lincoln Henderson, who started out in round 1, is on a roll. He could go the whole thing, don't you think, Lori? It's got the potential.
Could go all the way.
Wow. All right, Justine, listen closely. You're first. Lincoln Henderson or the BTAC collection? What or who is cooler? BTAC is tough. If you're talking about one product grouping, is anything cooler than BTAC? What's its contemporary? Pappy? What else? I don't even know. What else would be, if you say, okay, the batches of Bookers, I don't know. BTAC is cool, but who is cooler, Lincoln Henderson or the BTAC collection? Lincoln Henderson goes up 1-0. Lincoln Henderson's going to go up 2-0 because as much as I love BTAC and I love across the board, they're all great, but Lincoln Henderson is cooler. Jim, you're next.
I'm going to go with the same thing. I agree with Lincoln. I just think his, what he's done for the industry has been fantastic. Nothing against BTEC. I love all the stuff that's out there, but it's fantastic aged whiskey, but it's great. I don't know if it's cool.
Yeah. All right. What is cooler, Lincoln Henderson or the Pappy Van Winkle cigar photo? Again, when the brand was being launched, Julian Van Winkle III was looking through some old photos, found this old photo of his grandfather smoking a cigar. And that became the photo that is on the Pappy 15, the 20, and the 23-year-old. It's iconic. One of the coolest things in bourbon, but not as cool as Lincoln Henderson. The guy I don't know. I told the story to a group last night that we were doing an event with. He was just such an innovative mind. And matter of fact, it went beyond just, even bourbon and whiskey. He actually had done some things in tequila and helped that industry out where they triple distillation. They had never done that before. He actually was the first one to do that and suggest that. He has done some amazing things beyond the walls of just bourbon. I think that Lincoln Henderson is cooler. He gets my vote. He's up 1-0. What do you think, Jim?
I'm going to agree with you there. It's hard for me to say something's cooler than that whole barrel age process he started. And I'm going to go with Lincoln for sure.
Lincoln Henderson goes up 2-0. What do you think, Bo? Lincoln or the Pappy Van Winkle cigar photo?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Even though I'm a fan of everything Buffalo Trace, I'm a fan of the photo, but that photo in itself is kind of in the corner of what they do. Lincoln Henderson, what he's done is across the board, all of bourbon. It's he's impacted all of bourbon. So I don't think you could not vote for Lincoln Henderson.
That means Lincoln Henderson moves on to round number 6. If he can make it through this round, he's halfway done. And I don't know that we've ever had anybody go wire to wire. It'll be interesting to see. Lincoln Henderson takes on Brent Elliott. Brent Elliott of Four Roses. Who do you think is cooler? Jim, you're first.
I'm just going to keep him on a roll. I'm going to go with Lincoln Henderson. I love Brent Elliott, but I don't know if he revolutionized the industry as much.
Right.
And that's the kind of where that's the cool thing to me. You see how many people everybody has jumped on that bandwagon of having barrels finished in whatever it is, whether it's craft or the big guys, everybody's doing it. While Rutledge is a fantastic distiller, He just
Elliot. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Elliot. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Paul Roses, whatever. Fantastic Distiller. It's the last show, Steve.
Okay. No, I'm not being critical. Heck, I do that stuff all the time too. I just screwed up for Rose's thing on the previous show. So yeah,
but
it happens.
But to me, that's the winner.
Okay. Bo, you're next. Brent Elliott or Lincoln Henderson? Lincoln Henderson's up 1-0.
Man, Lincoln Henderson's taking it.
Lincoln Henderson is up 2-0. Lori, what do you think? Lincoln Henderson or Brent Elliott?
Send him on. Next round. Go.
Lincoln Henderson moves on.
But I like Brent Elliott. Don't get me wrong.
I do too.
100%.
Yeah,
One of the
he's a real
nicest
fun
people in
guy.
the industry.
Whenever he's in his 60s and 70s, we're going to be talking about, if this podcast is
Exactly.
still around, we're going to be talking about
Oh, it'll be
Brent
around.
Elliott
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
revolutionized the industry. I guarantee it.
Okay. Round 7. Jim, you're first. Lincoln Henderson or Old Fitzgerald Bottled and Bond? The new products. It's in the decanter. It's very cool.
It's cool, but again, I'm going to go Lincoln Henderson. It's one product. It's not revolutionizing industry. It's not, the impact is not as significant as Lincoln Henderson has had on the bourbon industry.
Yeah. What's sad to me as we go through this, and the funny thing is, even if we talk to people that listen to Bourbon Podcast and we say, do you know what Old Fitzgerald Bottle and Bond is? Explain it to me. And they'd be like, it's in that old school decanter. They know what it is. Okay, who's Lincoln Henderson? And probably half the people would know who he is. That's sad to me. Lincoln Henderson is a god in this industry, but he's a little bit forgotten, even though his signature's on the Angel's Envy, which is a very popular brand. It's sad to me, but he's up 1-0 here. We certainly appreciate him. Bo, you're next. Lincoln Henderson or Old Fitzgerald Bottle and Bond?
Yeah, we're going with Lincoln.
Lincoln goes up 2-0. Lori, what do you think? Old Fitzgerald or Lincoln Henderson?
Keep it with Link.
Lincoln Henderson moves on.
We're on a roll.
All right. Next up, round 8. Lincoln Henderson is still out there, so he's going to be taking on tasting notes. What is more important? What is cooler in the bourbon industry? Not more important. What's cooler? Tasting notes being like, oh, I taste pineapple and au jus pear in this one. What is cooler, Lincoln Henderson or notes like that? Bo, you're first. I know you always get au jus pear.
I do get
Central America. You always get a specific region. Even
here's the thing: tasting notes are awesome. I like them. You like them. We compare tasting notes, but here's the thing: everybody has their own. Like it's not an exact science. So Lincoln Henderson is an exact science. So let's go with Lincoln Henderson.
Right. Because I could say blindly, here, taste this. And all four of us write it down and Bo's be like, well, I taste mint on this one.
Yeah.
And I taste tobacco. And I go to Justine and she's like, I taste citrus and it tastes like a meringue pie. And then Lori is like, no, this is very earthy to me. And we could be like, oh, you're all right. No one's wrong. That's the unique thing about tasting notes is
the palate is your palate.
Yeah. Lincoln Henderson, of course, like Bo said, is out there. So, Laura, you're next. But what do you think is cooler? Those tasting notes where it can get crazy like that, or Lincoln Henderson?
I mean, it is really entertaining to compare tasting notes. And lots of times people say that they taste things that I can't really ever imagine even putting in my mouth. But at the same time, it's never as entertaining or as awesome or timeless as Lincoln.
Lincoln Henderson. Lincoln Henderson, up 2-0. Justine, what do you think? Lincoln Henderson or tasting notes?
Not even going to go down the rabbit hole. So I am just going to go with Lincoln.
Okay. All right. Next up is Lincoln Henderson. Laura, you're going to be first. Lincoln Henderson versus Bloody Red Butcher Corn. So not necessarily a bourbon or anything like that. The corn that has now inspired so many to make a bourbon with it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, or who do you think is cooler? Bloody Red Butcher Corn or Lincoln Henderson? Laura, you're first.
I've had some delicious things made from that corn, but it's still not cooler than Lincoln Henderson.
All right, Justine, what do you think? Bloody Red Butcher Corn or Lincoln Henderson? Bloody Red Butcher Corn is what you voted for?
What?
He just looked at the camera.
Lincoln Henderson or Bloody Red Butcher Corn? What do you
I
think?
said Lincoln.
We didn't hear that.
We didn't hear that. No one heard that.
You said it in your head.
Yeah.
If you move your lips.
I agree with I agree with Justine, and I'm going to go Lincoln. That means Lincoln moves on. We're in round number 10. We're going 12 rounds. Lincoln has been here the whole time.
Yeah.
All right. I think Lincoln is probably going to lose now. So it's Lincoln Henderson or an ice globe. An ice globe. An ice globe. That's embarrassing. If Lincoln Henderson is bounced by
I'm going for ice globe.
I quit. Round 10, Justine, you're first. What or who is cooler, Lincoln Henderson or an ice globe?
Is it a normal ice globe or is it the ice globe that's
It's very clear.
Yeah, is it the clear one or
it's very clear. There's no cloudiness in this ice globe.
or is it the ice globe that's like the Death Star from
Maybe.
No, that's a good one.
Do you mean a snow globe? Is it the same thing?
No, an ice globe is how they put like a sphere in your bourbon. It's like I'll take it on ice, and not like a couple cubes. They put the big globe in there.
Oh, I was like, why are we talking about holiday decorations?
Oh no! So Justine, you're first. Lincoln Henderson or the ice globe? What or who is cooler?
Lincoln.
Really? That's weird. Tough. That's weird you'd say that. Wow.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm next. I'm just one of these guys that falls into the trap of just mirroring whoever talked before me. So even though I don't believe Lincoln's cooler than the ice globe, I'm going to go Lincoln Henderson, and he goes up 2-0 over the ice globe. Jim, what do you think? Lincoln Henderson or the ice globe? What or who?
I was watching Gordon Ramsay Uncharted the other day, and he was up in Norway or something at a glacier, and they were making the ice spears out of glacier ice, and that was pretty cool, but not as cool as Lincoln.
Is Lincoln Henderson. All right, Lincoln Henderson moves on. He makes it to round number 11. I'm going to be first. This is a situation of who is cooler because we have two people here. So Lincoln Henderson or Mila Kunis, who I don't even know if she's still the spokesperson for Jim Beam or not. She was for a time. I haven't seen her do anything in a while. That doesn't mean she's not. Who's cooler? Please give me a break. Lincoln Henderson is cooler than Mila Kunis. Bourbon people, there's no way that's even a contest. Jim, what do you think? Lincoln or Mila?
Who's hotter? Well, I'm still going Lincoln, but
Lincoln.
But
all right, Lincoln.
Who's cooler for sure? Lincoln.
Lincoln moves up 2-0. What do you think, Bo? Lincoln or Mila Kunis?
Man, this is just insulting. I'm not even gonna. We're just gonna say Lincoln.
Lincoln Henderson.
Oh, that's been insulting to Mila. I was confused.
No. Okay. Lincoln, who believe me, is as good as anybody that you could have in this. I feel like he's had an easy way to the finale here. But maybe he gets a little competition here finally in the last round. What or who is cooler? Lincoln Henderson or Kentucky? The Commonwealth of Kentucky. What or who is cooler? Maybe we finally got to think about it. This is round 12. This is it. This is for all the marbles. Lori, you're first. A Kentucky resident. What do you think is cooler? Lincoln Henderson or the state that you live in?
I have to go with Kentucky on this. I'm sorry, but yeah, I mean, just had a birthday and
June 1st.
Still raging on, epic as ever. So
okay. Justine, what or who is cooler? Lincoln Henderson or Kentucky?
There's lots of fun things to do in Kentucky. That kind of surpasses the bourbon world, obviously. I'm going to go with Kentucky.
Kentucky goes up 2-0. Lincoln Henderson was on a roll. He had it easy. He made it all the way to the finale. And it goes to me next, and I can end this thing. I vote for Kentucky. It's all over. But I'll say this. Kentucky, while cool, while a playground for people like us, people that love bourbon, cool, Lincoln Henderson. He's got some swagger to him. Kentucky, I don't know.
We got swagger.
I don't know if he got swagger or not.
No, it's swagger.
It's cool.
Swagger.
I like going there. I like
got riots, but I don't know if you had swagger.
But a state, I don't know Lincoln Henderson versus any state. I think Lincoln Henderson wins, including his home of Kentucky. I think Lincoln's cooler. I just do. So I'm going to give Lincoln Henderson life in this game, but that doesn't mean he's going to win this. He's still down 2-1. Jim, what do you think? What or who is cooler, Lincoln Henderson or Kentucky?
Well, Bo's going to make the final decision because I'm with you, Steve. I just think I love Kentucky.
I'm not slamming Kentucky. I love Kentucky.
Not at all. I love Kentucky. And it's a fantastic place, but I don't know if it's a cool place.
Cool, yeah. Cool is tough.
Right.
Lincoln is cool.
It's so cool.
Well, it's cool because you have Lincoln Henderson there.
Well, and all of the other epic people that we've been talking about.
Okay.
Well,
Lori's
again,
she's very
You
invested.
don't get any of them without Kentucky.
It's a state. It's a property. It's not a personality. It's not someone who came up with something. It just
Oh,
happens.
she has a personality.
Okay, Bo, here's where we're at.
Wait.
It's very passionate on this one.
Kentucky's preferred pronoun is he. So anyway, I'm going to go with Lincoln.
Lincoln Henderson has tied it up after falling down 2-zip. Bo, what do you think? Lincoln Henderson or Kentucky? What or who is cooler? This is for all the marbles.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this. When you first said that, I had my mind made up. Okay. Both of these are great. I chose Kentucky. Like, I chose to come to Kentucky. I wasn't born here. I wasn't raised here. I chose to come. That's all right. I chose to come here.
She chose you too.
Choose to come here. Anyway, so Kentucky's got some great stuff. Horse racing, bourbon. But if we're talking about just in the bourbon industry, listen.
That's what we're talking. The coolest thing in bourbon, by the way. That's what we're talking.
Listen. Kentucky has housed all this bourbon. I mean, it's definitely a player in the bourbon industry, but it's housed all this. Lincoln has innovated things in the bourbon industry, and you can't take that away from Lincoln. So I'm going to give it to Lincoln.
That means Lincoln knocks off Kentucky, which was finally a real challenge there for Lincoln.
But I was going to pick Kentucky at first.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so that means Lincoln Henderson moves on. He'll be in 2 weeks. We'll have our season finale. Next week is the last episode of the regular season, and then all 12 of the winners throughout the entire summer will go against one another to compete against what or who is the coolest thing in bourbon. So it should be fun, and Lincoln Henderson will be part of that now. He gets a chance to make bourbon history by becoming the coolest thing in bourbon for 2021. We'll see what happens.
So, Steve, you should have a podcast of who gets to determine that. Like, you should have a best of who guests who came in to discuss what each of these things were, and you
like a bracket challenge of the people.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, man, maybe that's a good idea. Yeah, we'll do that. We will do that. We will do that, and then we'll see who wins, and then we'll do the shows with them. So that'll be fun. And I'll have to think about exactly how to do that. You know, the top 5 make it. How many people? Usually we have 5 on these shows. So, yeah, that's something to think about. And yes, we'll come up with a format, and we'll throw a lot of names in there. And we've had a lot of people help us out with this over the course of the year, because we record these. He got recording back to 2020. Our first one recorded. Now we're still, as we record this, it's June of 2021. We just do them in our spare time. Every once in a while, we'll throw out, we'll do an extra one. We have a group together. So it's kind of cool that we do these. So it's not all the same people. We do it over a very long period of time. So very fun. All right. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Jim, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
On Facebook at Jim Fosnant, or on Instagram at FozJim, Fazz.
All right, Bo, how about you? Where can people find you?
I'm on Facebook under Bo Cumberland, and YouTube under Bourbon American something Journey. Whatever.
Yeah, it's really easy for people to find
the American spirit.
Yeah.
Wow, what Bo. She said.
That's a great plug.
Yeah, and then Bourbon Sasquatch.
Lori, how about you? Where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Facebook or Instagram at Spirited Curves, broadcasting live from the great state of Kentucky.
It's 3 hours of hard drinking that we put into this. We got on 3 hours ago. We're wrapping it up, and we've been drinking a lot.
Cheers, guys.
We're doing our best. We're doing it, and this group was drinking hard because they thought we got to pace ourselves for 4 shows. Apparently, none of them can count because we did 5 shows.
And this show pushed us over the edge.
I messed all of them up.
Count me and you.
Yeah. The rest of them are like, it's only 4 shows.
This is a bonus show for the rest of us.
5 drinks, everybody.
Apparently. All right, Justine, how about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze. You can find our shop at abvnetwork.com and on Instagram at abvnetworkshop.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Justine, anything else to say before we get out of here?
Would just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. Also, if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theABVNetwork.
All right. As a bonus challenge, Justine, would you like to do an intro for the one that we did, the Greatest Distillery series with Four Roses, just to see if you can do that? Because that's your favorite to do an intro for. This has nothing to do with the show. I just want to see if we can challenge you to do that. You ready?
I gotta pull the thing back.
All right, so she's going to pull that up, and then she's going to see at the end of 5 shows, could she do an intro for one of our Greatest Distillery series? Yeah, the show's not getting ready to start, folks. The show's going to end after this, but
Justine.
let's see if Justine can do it. Here we go. Let's
So
do a clean read.
The whole introduction.
Yeah, the full introduction. Here we go. You got to do the full thing.
No pressure.
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we continue our new Greatest Distillery series where we do a roundtable style discussion and try to make the case. I can't. It is the most awkward sentence on the planet.
I love it. Okay, so we could have not done a 6 show where we did another distillery one because Justine could have done the opening. It's clear now. Yeah. I remember when Justine made me read it. I read through it. It was beautiful. It was eloquent.
Perfect,
yeah, it was perfect. Justine, for some reason, can't read that. Now she's too lit to be able to read it. So yeah. All right.
It's just an awkward sentence.
Okay, there you go, folks. Glad we stuck at 6. Didn't do a 6 bonus show. So there you go. 5 shows is all we can do, not 6. All right, we'll wrap this one up, and of course, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Later.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's chat for a moment about Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you just want to experiment on a small scale on the stove in your kitchen or try your hand at a bigger setup in the backyard, Moonshine Still Pro can help. They have different still offerings as well as accessories and even grains from Goldstone Mill to help you make whiskey on par with what you get from your favorite distillery. They can even assist with a DIY still project by supplying some of the parts you can't make yourself. Check them out at moonshinestillpro.com. At the ABV Network, we're lucky enough to have some great friends. Amongst those friends is the Goldstein family, owners of Goldstone Mill. Goldstone Mill is a full-service mill offering a variety of heritage and heirloom grains. Their unique approach of working with mills around the country allows them to offer you affordable shipping opportunities to meet the unique needs of your distillery or brewery. They will consult with you to ensure the grains you are selecting meets the unique flavor profiles you are looking for. If you are a home brewer or distiller and you're looking for the grains that your local distillery or brewery uses, Goldstone Mill is the place to look. Check them out on the web at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or shoot them an email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.